Hi everyone and welcome to my podcast. I'm really glad you are here listening today. My name is Dita Athaya, and in this episode I want to talk about something that is probably very familiar to all of us. Let me start with a quick question for you. Have you ever picked up your phone just to check one notification and suddenly you realize you've been scrolling for 20 minutes? Or maybe you told yourself, okay, just one more video and then I'll start studying. But somehow that one more video turns into many more. If that has ever happened to you, don't worry. You are definitely not the only one. For many students today, social media is a part of everyday life. We use it to stay connected with friends, watch entertaining video, share our thoughts, and sometimes learn new things. But at the same time, have you ever wondered how social media is actually affecting us as students? Does it help us to learn more? Does it sometimes distract us from our responsibilities? And how does it influence the way we feel about ourselves? In this podcast, I'm going to explore the impact of social media on students, both the positive and the negative sides. Together, we will look at how social media influence learning, productivity, and even mental health. First, let's talk about one of the positive sides of social media. Believe it or not, social media can actually be a helpful learning tool for students. Today, learning doesn't only happen in classrooms or through textbooks. Many students also learn through short videos, online discussion, and educational content shared on social media. For example, when students find a difficult topic in class, they sometimes search for explanation online. A short video on YouTube or a quick explanation on TikTok can sometimes make a complicated topic much easier to understand. Have you ever done that before an exam? Maybe searching for a quick explanation because the topic felt confusing. Many students do this, and in many cases, social media makes learning more accessible and even more interesting. Students can also share helpful resources with each other. If someone finds a useful tip, a helpful explanation, or an inspiring idea, they can easily send it to their friends or classmates. In this way, social media can actually support collaboration and make learning feel less stressful. However, while social media can support learning, it can also become one of the biggest distractions for students. Let me ask you something again. Have you ever planned to study, open your book or your laptop, and then suddenly check your phone just for a moment? Maybe you want to replay a message, check a notification, or watch one short video, but then another video appears and another, and suddenly a lot of time has passed. This happens because social media platforms are designed to keep our attention. There is always something new to watch, to read, or react to. Because of this, many students find it difficult to focus on studying for long periods of times. Assignments might be delayed, study time becomes shorter, and sometimes productivity decreases. So, while social media can be useful, students need to be more aware of how much time they spend on it. Another important impact of social media is related to mental health. Think about what you usually see when you scroll through social media. Most people share the best moments of their lives. Achievements, celebration, vacation, or perfectly edited photos. But what we see online is usually only a small part of reality. When students constantly see these posts, they might start comparing themselves to others. Some might feel like everyone else is doing better, achieving more, or living a more exciting life. Have you ever felt something like that while scrolling through social media? It is actually a very common experience. When comparing happens too often, it can affect students' self-confidence and sometimes create unnecessary pressure. That's why it is important to remember that social media often shows highlights, not the full story of someone's life. So, after exploring this topic together, we can see that social media plays a very significant role in student lives today. On the positive sides, it can open many opportunities for learning. Students can easily access information, discover new ideas, and connect with people from different parts of the world. However, social media can also become a distraction. It can take away valuable study time, reduce concentration, and sometimes influence how students feel about themselves when they constantly compare their lives with what they see online. Because of this, the most important thing is not to completely avoid social media, but to use it with awareness and balance. Before we end this episode, I'd like you to think one small but important question. Why I'm opening this right now? Is it to learn something new? To connect with someone? Or is it simply because the habit has become automatic? Being aware of this small moment can make a big difference in how we manage our time and energy as students. Social media will always be part of our modern world, but when we learn to control how we use it instead of letting it control us, it can become a tool that supports our growth instead of limiting it. Thank you so much for spending your time listening to this podcast today. I hope this episode gave you something meaningful to reflect on the next time you scroll to your feed. See you!